Hello everyone, in this video we talk about my experience to have a business here in Japan and what could be helpful for you to start. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everyone? This month I developed my business here in Japan and it's a business that I already created in Australia with my friend Alessandro. So I can understand the difference between these two countries and I and Alessandro create the gnocchi way. My friend Alessandro is from Veneto and his grandmother taught him how to make handmade gnocchi. So he had this idea to make gnocchi also in Sydney and sell to the markets. I followed him and helped him for a while and then I decided to do the same thing here in Japan. But I'd be quite shocked of how it's different to do business between the two countries. And we have the same name, we have the same design, it's the same recipe, and I still had the opposite challenge and difficulty here in Japan. So why is that? Before I keep going, if you live in Japan or if you're interested in Japan, consider subscribe to this channel. I will give helpful tips of how to survive and be successful here in Japan. So why I had this difficulty in Japan and what they are and how I crossed this problem. Let's say you have your idea and you are tired to work for someone and simply you want to make money for a better future here in Japan. So you want to start right now, right? But are the number one difficulty I had and I wish I knew it from before is the language. Exactly. It's simple, but it's very painful to understand that unfortunately, even if people interview me in Japanese and I've done a public speaking competition, which I went also on TV, but I'm still struggling about the language. Yes, I made only handmade gnocchi and I sell in the market, but and you think you don't need a really high level Japanese, but it is unfortunately. And here's a mistake I made. If you're planning to go out there and do business, well, you need connection. That's the big difference between Australia and Japan. In Australia, I applied for an amazing event by online application and I made some few calls and just need to sell myself. Here in Japan, unfortunately, to have a good slice of pie, you need the right guy. And the right guys who help you to connect with the right guy and to introduce you to another guy, which give you a good spot in the event. So one more big challenge I had is the mentality of the event, the market here in Japan. In Australia, events were great because people go there to eat and prepare to spend some good time and so the mindset was already there. Let's go to the market, let's have some fun. Here in Japan, it's just like a pass by. People just stop for quick stop and because they already reserve a table in a famous or trendy restaurant. So it's really hard to find some customers. But of course, there is a really good event where you can make your day and you can put your business out there. But the language there, it's another problem about that if with social media. This is my Instagram account and it is in Japanese and English. My wife is the only one for now to help me to translate everything in the right term. Because if I most of the time when I use Google Translate, it doesn't make any sense. So one more difficulty I found is the resource, the information finding online. Online it's hard. I have to go out there with my business card and ask for connection. In Australia, we were using an application called Meetup for getting new contact and why not also new friend. But here it's quite hard to find someone, especially once I rent a share office place and it was very hard to ask to someone, hey, how you doing? What's your business about? And it was really hard to find a connection. So those are the why and what difficulty I had by opening a business here in Japan. But the question is how? I cross those problems by believing myself, like all the time believing that I might have an opportunity here in Japan. Because also every day I'm being hit from regulation, language barrier, and culture, and sometimes you just want to give up, But once you understand that you might have an opportunity here, and I think everyone can have an opportunity here in Japan, we might believe to ourselves to keep going and never give up. because we can bring here, we can bring a new emotion, we can bring a new experience and new idea to the Japanese market. So because of this, if you are watching right now, please just ask any question you like, and I'm really happy to answer you. Okay. So in meantime, thank you for watching. See you soon.